You've got to plug that. James Bradley. KCW's at Dickie Solomon. It's a bit hard. 10 to 12 metres out on the far.
Back to Smith. Smith with a kick to the far side of the field, and it's out on the full of the full. So the wind again playing havoc there, Reggie.
Yes, thank you. I'm just
they'll come back to a scrum.
I just
on
kicked
the 40-yard line, mate.
Kicking a few butts over here, sorry, mate.
Mate, you'll let him take over here now.
Here we go. Shane Hasman to play back the ball to Ben Clark off to Foran. Foran gives it on to Steve Hinchin, who makes it up to the 30-metre line centre field. He's taken down by Jake Smith and Michael Rinkin. Clark on to Foran. Foran brings underneath Dylan Porter. Dylan Porter makes it over the 30-metre line. They're in Singleton attacking range now as Solomon's on the ball there, but the slow play the ball. Ben Clark off to Steve Hinchin. Steve Hinchin straight again. Dinky Solomon and Rinkin pull him to the ground, and he's 20 metres out in centre field. Foran spins it to the right. It's on to Hasselman. Hasselman gives it on to one of the Aberdeen players. I think it might be the Prince Campbell. No, he's still on his feet out there. It is Liam Wilton starting the game, and a grubber quick's been put through. It's been well collected, very well collected there by Will Newenhouse. I love him at fullback.
So do I.
And here we go, the scoop from dummy half by Morgan Emity. Morgan Emity makes it up to the 30-metre line before he's taken down in a second effort by two Aberdeen defenders. Dummy half Jai Bailey. Well, there we go.
The first run.
Jai Bailey's playing hooker.
Yep.
So Jai Bailey directing the play as well as he gives it on to Ethan Edwards, who makes it up over the 30-metre line, making his way out of his own territory. Bailey at dummy half, clapping his hands. He wants a quick play the ball. Off to Frank Paul Nuasala. Frank Paul's first run. Here he goes with the basketball straight around. He's impeded there by a shoot through from Michael Rinkin, but he's taken to the ground by Foran and Dylan Porter. Plays the ball. Bailey gives it to Smith. Smith with in the 40-20 kick, but it's gone centre field and it's got a difficult bounce. Jim Bradley's onto it. He's kicked it for head. It's a race between Jesse McLean and Morgan Emity. And Morgan Emity, I think it's come off the Aberdeen player. I think he's hit it into touch.
It's touched. He's saying touched.
Jesse McLean's put it into touch.
It's a Singleton ball.
It'll be Singleton 10 metres out from the try line, 20 metres in from 20 metres in from the sideline, 10 out from the goal line. Watch out. This is danger zone.
Boys, we did talk about it before the game, how important it is going to be for the back three to have their game really on. And we're already the wind playing havoc with a couple of the kicks up on there. A nice little bounce back for Singleton. But I'm looking out to the west here, and a little bit of inclement weather on the way. Very dark and wet by the look of it coming.
That's where you're on the sideline, Brett.
He's taken a thesaurus down there with him. Christ. A what? A thesaurus.
Easy for you to say.
You'd have to look it up. Here you go. Lucky Gardner runs the ball. He's centre field 10 metres out. Jai Bailey at dummy half. Which way's he going to go? He goes to the left. He picks up Ethan Edwards with another run. He had a massive game last weekend against Scone. He gets up to play the ball. Bailey off to Smith. Smith under Rinkin. He can't handle it. He juggles it. He catches it. He regains. He's tackled 20 metres in from the western sideline. 3 metres out from the try line. Bailey from dummy half. You won't see him scoot. Here goes Frank Paul Nuasala with the one hand. He comes back. What's he doing? It looks like he's playing touch footy. And here goes Jimmy Bradley with the ball. Left foot step, right foot step. They're just not going anywhere. They've got going plenty of room across field, but no one has come up to meet them. 10 metres out. They've lost ground. Jim Bradley to play the ball back to Jai Bailey. Here goes Frank Paul close to the line. He's going to take it on himself, but he can't get there. Will he get the arm free? No, he's going for the quick play of the ball. 4 Aberdeen defenders on him. James. Oh, here goes the captain, coach, Jai Bailey for the try line. He's down. Eat your words, Steve Reynolds.
Steve Reynolds, sit down.
I will sit down now. he won't scoot from there.
He won't scoot from there. A nice little scoot from Jai Bailey, but I think, look, boys, I'd say that the play just before it, that shows me unstructured play from halves. There's no call from Jakey Smith or James Bradley. There's nothing set for them to play on. We're bouncing backwards and forwards like 6-year-olds there, boys. It looked ordinary.
Well, we saw 4 in the tackle with Frank Paul taking the ball up before that, and the line just never reset. Jai Bailey, I wouldn't call it a real quick scamper out of dummy half, but he did enough to get across the line.
Absolutely, but he's had a look. Obviously, they're looking for Singleton to spin wide to the left. It was a set play outside. He's taken the chance, and he's big enough, the big unit, to push himself over. So well done to the Singleton team there, Schultz.
If anything, they've established a structure early out with Jai Bean out there.
Yeah.
He's, like I said, I didn't think he was going to jump from dummy half. He's no Adam Gretsch. He's no Clydesdale, that's for sure. But he got there.
Yeah, that's right. But a bit concerning. Frankie, I thought he played well last week early on, charging up forward, going hard forward today so far. I probably had 3 ups, 2 of them were sideways.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to get away from that, Schultz. Get him going forward. Get someone running off his edge. Yeah,
that's right.
As Jim Bradley Ewenhouse converts the goal, it's now 6-0 on the A+ contracting scoreboard with 34 minutes remaining in this first half.
Definitely Joy at the 9. Schultz, a little bit more structured. He seems to be directing the play a little bit more. You get here, your run. A little bit more enthusiasm, I suppose you'd call it, around that ruck area, mate.
Well, Aberdeen are going to have to get creative if they're going to put points against his side up the middle of the guts. Here goes the kick-off from forward straight down to Jimmy Bradley. He offloads to the front rower, Zach Solomon. Zach Solomon makes it up to the 20-metre line on 5 minutes in from touch. And there's been a penalty.
Yep.
Aberdeen defence is too quick off the line, and he's penalised them for inside the 10. That's not what you want when you've just lost points.
No, look, we saw it a couple of weeks ago that Aberdeen were a little undisciplined in the first half at McKinnon there, and Singleton were really in the game, but then after half-time they came out and had fixed all that up. Hopefully today they fix it up before half-time and we end up with a really good clash, and the ref gets to keep his whistle put in the pocket.
It certainly does. Lukey Gardner just get taken down on the 40-metre line, just inside Aberdeen's half. Frank Paul back to James Bradley. Bradley taken down again on the 40-yard line, centre field. Bailey in an acting half. Frank Paul takes it, no dummies to Jake Smith. Smith to Neuenhuis. Neuenhuis takes a big scoot around the outside and is taken down by 4. And Bailey again directing traffic around the ruck. Frank Paul in close. He's going to get it this time. There he is. He's going to straight up. Again, only a few yards there, Schultz. He's not as impacted as he was last week, mate. Bailey takes a little scoot there. Look at him go. Frank Paul to big Solomon. Solomon gaps him, and now he's going to go try just to the left of the post. Who said Joe Bailey's not going to scoot today? So that's twice we've got him out.
and that's what Dinky's doing there is exactly what I'd like to see what Frankie should be doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And maybe Schultz needs to be played +1.
Some muppet earlier said he's not going to run from dummy half. I don't know.
Well,
don't know who it was.
Look, it's just started sprinkling here, and I'm not sure whether that's sprinkle or snow. I seriously don't know whether that's snow.
I can tell you, it's a bit more than just a sprinkle down here, boys. It has turned cold and wet. I'm tucked in underneath.
No, it's really horrible up here too, Pete.
Thanks very much. Love this side.
Well done, mate. Hughesy loves you down there too, mate. He asked for me to go down, but I thought you needed a little bit more experience.
I'm just getting.
Oh wow.
I'm just sending the boys down to get the picnic rug to stick over this electrical equipment.
Yeah, no, that's always a good thing, mate. So Neuenhuis is going to shape up what would you call that, couple of yards outside the post there, Schultz, 22 metres out. Little fair bit of crosswind blowing there now. Wind, rain,
nasty out there.
Filth. Here we go. He's moved to the side. Yeah, it's not a pleasant day here, guys. He's going to stop. He's going to get time off there. And Reg, you might just grab that bird.
What's your feet?
A little bit of technical difficulty here where we shuffle some people around. Big Joe Bailey's going to walk up and he's going to hold the football for Will.
Yeah, referee's called time out. Remember, they can't get the ball in the tee.
That's it. He's going to take a couple of steps now. There it goes again. So we'll have this. It's been like this all day.
Well, there we go. I just had to. We're getting rain on our equipment at the moment, so it was either pull the pin or bring it back, and I'm squashed.
You're right, big boy. Suck it in.
Suck it in. Oh. So the weather has gone from being cold
to miserable
and wet.
There's nothing short of it.
There's going to be plenty of kids having days off school out there today, running around.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be having them off tomorrow.
I'm just looking down at the ceiling, centre and winger on this side. Right.
Look at Jordan Watson. He's nailed that. Well done, Will Neuenhuis. He's potted that. That takes it to a score of 12-0 Singleton's way. Boys, a little bit different there. Certainly, Joe Bailey dominating around the ruck, you'd call it.
Yep.
really is at the moment, isn't he? He's spotted a couple of holes and he's out of there, and it's paying dividends for Singleton at the moment.
Absolutely. Well, Joe played a lot of his younger career at 9, so he certainly knows the position well. Kicks off deep to
nice take.
Dale Watson. Watson comes in 10 yards in from the sideline and 22 yards out back to Lukey Gardner. Lukey Gardner goes for a bit of a skip. He's hit hard by the Aberdeen defence and driven right back. He's back on the 20-yard line and 10 metres in.
Down if Aberdeen.
Ooh, bit of a head clash there in that last tackle, so time off. Who's that on the ground there, guys?
It looks like, to me...
Hinchin's there. It's not Hinchin.
It's not Hinchin. No, he's up, whoever it is.
It's Liam Wilton by looks of that.
Liam Wilton. A bit of a head knock, shake of the head, and away he goes. He's back in the line. Back to Lukey Gardner, and Lukey Gardner will play the ball back to Jai Bailey. Jai Bailey to Dinky Simon. Dinky Simon with a nice straight run just into the A and B defender. He's taken by 3 Aberdeen players. Holy Ghoster, look out. Pleading for the penalty. Young Ethan Edwards. Haven't gained much out of this, Chelsea. We only got out to 32 yards out. Centre field. Frank Paul comes for a bit of a hit up. He goes through the centre. He's at 42 yards out. 5th tackle. What's our options here? Bailey goes to the right. James Bradley. Oh, and he spilled it. Had a look in that wet footy there, Schultz. He's had a bit of a look, mate, and
on the last tackle too. It's a turnover here.
Sorry, boys, I'm back. We've got the electrical equipment all covered now, so we're set. As Tyler the Prince Campbell takes a big hit up.
I got him.
He's made it to the 35 metres out from the Singleton try line centre field. Ben Clark, dummy half, takes it to Steve Hinchin, who makes it over the 30-metre line before he's taken down by Frank Paul. And I think that's Ethan Edwards.
Yep.
Ethan Edwards shoots out of marker, and he takes it. Richie Graham, I think it is, right around the legs. And there's a penalty. It's going to have to be consistent. No, it's Liam Foran with the ball. Liam Foran takes a tap. He's run it straight like a front row. He's ran into Ethan Edwards again and rinking around the legs. As he gets up 10 metres out from the try line, plays the ball back to Ben Clark. He sweeps it to the right. He's gone to Shane Asselman, brings back in Cameron Savage underneath, and he's met by Rinkin over the top and Ethan Edwards underneath. As here we go, dummy half. Ben Clark, he's knocked it behind Hasselman. It's play on, and Foran with the ball off to Ben Clark. He straightens up near the goalpost. Oh, he's taken down very close to the line. 12-0 here on the A+ contracting scoreboard. Still 28 minutes remaining from dummy half. Oh, Frank Pornuasala has hit the ball down out of the arm.
How's that not knock on? Got to be a knock on. Yep.
It had to be Liam Foran to point it out to him. If they're going to strip a ball one-on-one and knock it forward.
Yeah. Oh, he just slapped it straight out of his hands. He had to have knocked it on.
Had to. No, anyway.
Maybe the reason the referees don't like us having the mic is they're actually listening to us now too. It was just too confusing.
I don't know about that.
Oh, no, they need us. Here we go. Foran to feed the scrub. 10 metres out centre field from the try line. Approaching the New England Highways. Here goes Hasselman. Hasselman takes a little left-footed start. He's hit by Luke Gardner over the top. Great one-on-one tackle by Luke Gardner. Slow to get to his feet. Hasselman plays it back to... it looks like that was a sloppy pass back to Huey Bartholomew, whoever that was. It was Hamish Wolfgang, and he brings it back to the centre of the field. They're not doing anything creative. They need to get structure. As it's Dinky and Ewan Bartholomew having a bit of a set too, and Frank Paul just settling things down, but he's being penalised for it, Frank Paul. I think he did the right thing there, Frank Paul.
Hang on, I was trying to work out what he was doing.
He was stopping Huey Bartholomew from getting to Dinky at second marker, and so he just held him because it was about to erupt. But I think that's smart football, not a penalty. As he goes forward, Foran darts towards the try line. He's only millimetres out from the try line. Dummy half Ben Clark. What's he going to do? He goes to Prince Campbell. He knocks it back. It's slippery and cold out there, boys. As he goes, number 16, Liam Wilton. He trudges along, and a bit of a leg up there, but he didn't go above the horizontal. Huey Bartholomew, dummy half. Offloads to...
Lock on. Yep.
Wow. He still can't get it. He's had 4 chops at it. Is that Hasselman?
She's degrading quickly, I think it is, boys. It's very slippery, and I tell you, like, the fingers are cold.
I'm having trouble here on the mic, so it must be cold.
Nearly Carlos Shaz's fingers getting into that esky over there. How they going? That'd be cool, mate.
Yeah, it is very cold down here at ground level, and with the rains made it definitely a little bit on the slippery side. I've seen a couple of times where Aberdeen were throwing the ball a fair distance from the play the ball area, and the wind just grabbing the ball and taking it.
Yeah, for sure. As Will Newhouse comes out from the scrum from James Bradley, centre field, 15 metres out. Jordan Watson looks like he's jumped in there for a run. He's going to dart to the left, out to the far side of the field. He's taken by, is that Shane Hasselman there on the 6? No, Ben Clark. Young
Morgan
Amity comes in for a run, 28 metres out. Centre field. We're playing very much in the centre of the field there, boys, aren't we? We haven't really got to it. Edges Rankin takes a nice little run up there, and he's taken by 3 Aberdeen guys. Back to Bailey to Frank Paul. Frank Paul has a bit of a card up out the back to James Bradley. He's chopped down, but no, penalty.
A little bit high, yep.
A little bit high. Schultze tackle, was it?
Wasn't that high?
Wow.
Still got his head, mate.
Here we go, Jake Smith to kick for touch. He kicks it. It's a big wind down that side. Look
That's
at that.
the one. See, that's the 10-point breeze right there.
Yes.
Hey?
25 metres out. 25 metres out now to Singleton go on the attack. Luke Gardner taps it off to Watson. Watson takes it to the 20-metre line before he's taken. There's not much steam in these runs, boy.
No, they're not certainly not much damaging.
Well, here goes Dickie Solomon, centre field. He's been tackled by Prince Campbell.
We've got much one out, Schultze.
Yeah,
straight off the.
I'm wondering if the rain has now
pulled those passes in.
It's Ethan Edwards' head straightens up. He's nearly at the try line, but he's 5 metres out. They've still got a few plays. Look at Frank Paul waving his arms around, but he's not getting the ball. He goes the other way. And they're giving it to a marked man by 2 players who's taken to the ground there. Watson it is. Now what are they going to do? There's no structure. I keep saying it. There's no. Will Newhouse, he says, give it to me. I'll just go forward. He's going backwards
Frank
to go
Paul
forward.
screaming forward on the right now is Jakey Smith. Yes, he is. Jakey Smith too. He's got a little grubber in behind. Oh, they're fumbled. That's a try. That's a try. Jordan Watson straight over the top of it.
Jordan Watson, what a try. And it's a bit of a push and shove, but
Yep, definitely.
Definitely tried. Nice grubber. I see Bailey Schultz, and that was up call on for it, and it was a good option with the wet weather.
Screaming for the right hand side there twice here, Schultz. You see Frank Paul, give it here.
Yep.
He obviously saw something was on, but went for the repeat and try time for Jordan Watson.
But it wasn't a standard end over end grubber. That was what was perfect about it. It was a wobbly one.
Yep.
And in these conditions, it's going to be hard to judge. And he's overrun it, Ewan, and slipped. So,
absolutely.
The smart play there would have been to just fall on the ball and go with the dropout, but pay the ultimate price for trying to pick it up and run.
This is one of your criticisms last week, Reggie, by not having Nelson Gardner on the football paddock earlier.
Yep.
He's come on with 23 minutes to go in the match. I think that's a
lot better option.
First half. Different option. I know both of you last week listened on the radio, very critical of that decision of Jai Bailey.
Yep.
Obviously, he's listened to you guys this week.
Yeah, no, we talk on the phone regularly.
Put him on. So
we can ref and we can coach.
Absolutely.
No, Jai's a top bloke.
Who's he taken off though, boys?
Yeah, I think Dickie Solomon.
Dickie, did he? Oh, here he is, here, just in the jacket. Yep.
Is that not the biggest hooker you've seen, though? Really?
Jai?
Yeah.
Like I said, he played a lot of his younger football as a hooker.
Yeah.
So he's definitely conversed with Footy. He actually went to the Australian Institute of Sport as a hooker.
I'm not trying to discredit him, but I said, have you ever seen a bigger hooker than that?
Directing traffic out the moment, mate. I'll have him.
Maybe Benny Elias or Steve Walters. You guys weren't at the Andrew Johns talk, so he may have seen one, but here we go. Aberdeen really need to do something creative here. 16-0.
Look at the body language of Aberdeen boys walking back to the line here. Still 22 minutes. We're halfway through not even halfway through the first half.
But from both sides.
Very lacklustre in terms of the body language out there, Schultze.
Yep. As Foran kicks off, he's kicked it straight down to Jim Bradley, but it's swirling around in that breeze. Jim Bradley takes it on the full and runs it himself. Very rarely do we see that this day and age, but he didn't even look to offload it.
Not a lot of options out there, Reg. I think he's probably just trying to get the footy down, get Luke Gardner involved in this game, I think, and there it is right there, coming straight back in. Tackled 28 metres out in a good hard tackle down there, Lukey. Quickly playing the ball to Jai Bailey. He's seen there's no markers. Nelson Gardner first hit, and he's spilt it. Straight back to Benny Clark. He'll clean it up, and cleaned up by Jai Bailey. 4 in and a half.
Off to Steve Hinchin. Steve Hinchin goes centre field before he's met by Paul Nuwasala and Ethan Edwards. Great tackle. As dummy half goes, Benny Clark, he's been penalised offside again. Well, I tell you what, if you're Aberdeen right now, you need to structure something. They need some composure. This one-out football from both sides is not going to win this game today. They're 16 up, Singleton, but that's off some luck with that kick or two in that last play. But Aberdeen's just got no one in motion going forward. But here we go. They've run into each other. It's a penalty.
That was another obstruction. Yeah.
Penalty against the defending team. Liam Forrest ran straight to the line and given it basically straight behind him to Richie Graham. And yeah,
look, if we're going to play one off, footy, fellas, we need like the rabbit set you've heard before.
From the right hand upright.
The quick play the ball. I'll get one in a minute, Chet. The quick play the balls. That's good. It's got to be the sprints from dummy half, and the dummy half's got to jump and take those guys if we're only going to play one out footy.
16-0, 20 minutes remaining in the first half. Singleton defeating Aberdeen at the moment, but here goes Ethan Edwards off the tap. Straight and hard. He only makes about 7 metres there on that great defence by Aberdeen, and they've driven him backwards in the play.
Not a big fella, but geez, he hits hard when he does run. Dale Watson having a crack now.
Dale Watson, that could have slid up high, but he's been
called at chest.
Around the chest. It was Cam Savage.
Penalty anyway.
And he got a penalty because he's come back over the ruck as the player was trying to stand up.
Well, just take your leg over, son, and walk away. You don't have to walk over the top. I think he says don't play it on him, yeah?
I was just watching the last penalty of Singleton. Jai Bay screaming messages too. He's really taking control out there at the moment.
30 metres that kick, and that's a piggyback. That was bad discipline.
He's got the finger out. He's got the hand out. Look at him. Boom, boom, boom.
Luke Gardner passes it to Nelson Gardner. Oh, the two big men collide. Cameron Savage and Nelson Gardner. That is a massive impact.
Nothing wrong there. Gardner straight up and out to Watson.
And here we go again. Watson.
A couple of big hits in the middle there, fellas.
Yeah, definitely. That was Liam.
Come on, Frank. See what you've got it.
Frank Paul Nuasala trying to get that arm free. He's ditched his way. He's gone every which way. That's impeding. He's run around behind Jai Bailey 3 times. Why would you do that?
Forward, son.
That's just going to be a coach killer. They've just got an extra set down there in Aberdeen's attacking zone.
So they've had 2 great hits. Gardner in one, Watson not so straight, but still straight enough. And then we do that, fellas.
As here comes Jason Hovey into the match.
I understand he can offload, but he's got to go forward.
He's got to go forward for someone to offload too. Yeah, otherwise he's going backwards.
Jason Hovey and Lee Mitchell. Now it's going to be interesting here. We talk about discipline. Hovey needs to keep his head and keep going forward. He's a good ball runner and he's a great footballer if he keeps that discipline. But right now we're at the 35-metre line. It's with Tyler the Prince Campbell. Plays it back to Ben Clark. Off to Foran and off to Richie Graham. He did tackle there by number 4 Jordan Watson and Frank Paul Nuasala. Just a quick question, boys. Aberdeen, just don't look how deep they are. They're not. And they knock on it. We can talk about it now. They're not structured. There's no depth.
Well, I don't think that's on both sides. On Reg, I think our halves for Singleton, very, very, I wouldn't say unstructured, but there's nothing running. Chelsea, you know what? You're always playing for not the player on, but your next play. What's my next play? What's my next option?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think that's there.
No, that's right. I see Jai, like he's talking, but there's nothing much outside of that. You know,
that's
the
right.
halves need to be doing. They're sort of listening to him, but not taking control themselves.
Absolutely.
You're not seeing two teams that are desperate to lay a platform going into this last round before the semi-finals. But
Ford and Hasselman, both very experienced, Reggie, and both have the same issue at the moment. Young Schultze comes in for a run. He gets manhandled to the ground 30 yards out, centre field, just to the Bailey out to Morgan Amity. Morgan Amity's going to have a little bit of a run. He's taken down 38 metres. Bailey back into half to Neuenhuis. Neuenhuis just over the 40-yard line, 42 metres out, just to the left of the uprights. Bailey at acting half again.
Slow play the ball.
Very slow play the ball to Nelson Gardner for his second or third hit up again, taken by.
Right. It was technical issue.
Technical issue with cords. James Bailey has a hit and spin, and he's just crossed over the 40-metre line. He'll get taken down 40 metres inside Aberdeen's territory. Back to Bailey. Bailey to Jakey Smith. Smith puts the bomb up. It is trouble. And Luke Holtz has called it well. Rankin's come off it. It's 6 to go with Jake Smith at acting half.
If he looked to his right here when he took that ball, had winger unmarked.
You're dead right there. I've seen Bailey Schultz stand there on his own.
He needed a bad. Young Jordan Watson back to Bailey. Watson underneath James Bradley. He gets taken down centre field, 8 metres out. Bailey off for a scoot off to Frank Paul. He looks to the right, darts back to the left, and he's gone it again. He's gone back in and around. What are we doing, Frank? 8 metres out we are, just to the right of the uprights. Back to Nelson Gardner. He goes for a good hit, and he's powering with a run there, and he's just short of the try line in the middle of the field. Here goes Bailey. Bailey goes for another charge, and then big thick fires. Under the red dot.
That was good defence then to hold him out.
Back to Jake Smith.
Corner in,
Little
Bailey.
brother, and
Look at
Bailey
this.
up high.
Yes.
And bang. Too easy. What are we doing? And
The impressive way there with the kick out to the wing, but they had the numbers as well.
numbers were there, you're right. Dead set there was a 2 or 3 man overlap there, Schultze. But Jackie's decided to go for the high ball, and Schultze, Bradley.
All season we've been talking about how our kids are good on the on the high ball, and it wasn't really as a high one, just a well-directed kick with no one there.
Onside, well timed, in position. Again, Bailey's done it well all season, mate, both in the 18s, and when he's played in first grade, he's in position onside.
Yep. It's to be interesting to see how we go here now. Jai Bailey's brought himself on, so we've got young Rinkin come on, so it'll be interesting to see how the talk goes out there now.
Absolutely, you see where that centre of the ruck changes. I keep dragging it in, don't I? Hey?
You're going to try to pull him off.
My cool. Move up a little bit. So look, again, around the centre of the ruck there, boy, Schultze, we need to take a lot more control, and I'm not sure whether Frank's the one man out there. He's the only one not going forward out of the Singleton front line, mate.
Yeah, that's right. I've had a bit of a whinge about it all year, actually. I thought last week was his best game to date, and he went forward for the first half and sort of goes sideways again. He just needs to concentrate on going forward, then offload.
Well, I noticed it a couple of weeks back when these two did battle at McKinnon, and it was all put through Frank, and it was easy for Aberdeen to aim up, but if they can keep the ball away from him and just running as a bit more of a decoy, it might really shake the line up more for Aberdeen.
The Singleton commentary getting very, very lively up here now.
Well, it's only one person. That's Luke Holtz.
One person. Nice to be part of my day, thank you, Luke.
Beautiful view here.
Newen House, deathly quiet, moves into to strike it. The wind suddenly just dropped off for some reason there, Schultz.
Yeah,
Might be that, and then certainly there'll be a big ass gust come up very shortly. You watch.
Sun's trying to come out.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Beautiful.
And he slotted that to make it 22-0. 14 minutes to go in the game, Schultz. We're making a few changes here. Rinkin out in the middle now for Jai Bailey. Big Nelson Gardner certainly making an impact today, mate.
Yeah, that's right. He's just going forward, done his job. That's all he has to do is go forward, find hands and knees, and get up and go again.
Quick play the ball. That's the key. If you're going to make one outs, play the ball's your key. Forward puts it deep down into the far side of the field. Watson puts his hand up and takes it. He'll come in 12 metres in and 18, 16 metres out from the Singleton line. Rinkin will move into acting half out to Nelson Gardner. No, and he spilt it. Spilt it. Big mistake there. Rinkin first touch
of the game.
Yep, sure. A few nerves there, mate. He's certainly got a big role to fill coming off after Bailey.
Hands are probably still awesome.
It probably is too. I don't think you'll miss much out of that.
Be interesting to see how Aberdeen go. They need to put points on the board.
Sorry, here we go. Back. We just have just talk amongst ourselves. As Jakey Smith takes down Land 4 and Benny Clark, he will throw it out to Hinchin. Hinchin will get taken down by Mick Rinkin. Rinkin back to Benny Clark to Foran. Foran gets a left and a right. He'll get taken down by Frank Paul and Nelson Gardner to be 8 metres out, just to the left of the sticks. Out to Shane Hasselman. Hasselman, who's he pick up there?
Good
Picked up there by, was that Hamish Wolfgang? Hasselman again. Hasselman taking it to the line, and he's taken down, 3 metres out there, Schultze, by Dale Watson. Back to Ben Clark. Clark to Forum, and a little unders ball there to Richie Graham. Richie Graham will take it down for the 5th tackle.
Gee, that was the last.
That was the last tackle.
Wow.
I don't think they knew that. So Singleton will get the football back 5 metres out, and
we've got to take it back too. That my wife beside me tells me it wasn't young Rinkin who dropped the ball. It was Watson playing the ball.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Shaz. Okay, Nick Rinkin's having a bit of a hit up out here. He's 10 metres in and 20 metres out on the western side of the field to Jordan Watson. Bailey Schultz. Bailey Schultz has a bit of a crack there, 22 metres out and 20 metres in. Back to Rinkin. Rinkin will pass it to young child Morgan Amity. Morgan Amity gets smashed by the young Hinchin and Lamb Foreman manhandled to the ground, 30 metres out, centre field. Back to Rinkin again. Rinkin do a little left and a right, and he's found a bit of space around the mark. Benny Clark says, here, take that young son, and Tyler Prince Campbell gives him a bit of a tickle up as well. Bradley gets the football now. A nice deep kick down into Aberdeen territory. And Jesse McLean's made an absolute meal of that. 10 yards out. Absolute shocker. He's had poor fun down there. So
Nelson Gardner's now off and Dinky Solomon back on.
Okay. That won't hurt us there. So good kick from James Bradley. Sort of gapped the young Jesse McLean and Bartholomew.
Look at Aberdeen.
Jesse McLean has had a shocker down there.
Look at Aberdeen walking back. They're struggling.
They haven't, as we said before, the body language of Aberdeen. So it'll be a scrum. 10 metres out, 10 metres out from the Aberdeen line, 20 metres in from touch. James Bradley will feed the scrum on the far side of the field. He's called Jake Smith in. There's got a bit of a something on here. Ball goes up in the air. Into the scrum it goes. He picks up Smith. Smith's straight away onto Neuenhuis. Neuenhuis, little duck and a weave there, and he decides to take the line on. Richie Graham and Tyler Prince Campbell take him to ground. Back to Rinkin. Rinkin to Mick Rinkin. There we go.
Stand there instead of running onto it.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Very, very, very flat-footed. Rinkin again at acting half there to Frank Paul. Frank Paul has off his left foot and he comes back in. Back to Brody Rinkin. Brody Rinkin another. Back to Rinkin. Jesus, Rinkin. And people taken down 3 metres out from the line. Brody Rinkin back to Frank Paul to James Bradley. Bradley picks up Watson. Watson stops and props and comes back in, and he's taken down 10 metres out of it and 15 metres in. Hamish Wolfgang the tackler there. Rinkin goes for a scoot, picks up Gardner down the left-hand side. He stands in the tackle. He won't get taken to the ground, the big thick thighs. Rinkin decides for a little grabber. They caught in the corner. I think that was the last tackle anyway. Right in the back corner we are. I can't see who running. This young Jesse McLean coming in for a Rinkin for a run. Stacks on for Singleton.
Yeah, Singleton's racing up here trying to get
absolutely back. So a good tackle from Mick Rinkin and Frank Paul. We'll have a bit of a look there. I can't see young Hovey. He's still darting and weaving. The Singleton boys are around him. Dinky Solomon there and Dale Watson pushing him back to within 2 metres of your hand try line. Benny Clark. He gets it out to Liam Fordham, I think it is there. He goes to the eastern side of the field. Benny Clark to...
This could be the last here.
Tyler Prince Campbell.
5 tackles and only just crossed the 10 metre line. It's unbelievable defence.
Fordham has a bit of a crack. He picks up... Oh, no. Has a bit of a look and another Dylan Porter.
Would have gone forward as well, boy.
He'd had a shocker. Put it to the deck. The Singleton crowd very much in it, liking the result there. So it'll be another Singleton scrum. Schultze, what's that?
15
out and 10 in. No, it's not. It's a fifth tackle, so it's a handover.
Yep.
Mick Rinkin to Brody Rinkin. Edwards will take it and move it down 12 metres out and 18 metres in from touch. Rinkin to Zach Simon. Zach Simon goes for a dart and a weave. And that looks like young Hinshaw. What is it for...
Henshaw is the tackler.
Henshaw is the tackler. Rinkin out to Bradley.
There's no structure.
Bradley is caught standing, basically didn't move an inch from where he received the football. Brody Rinkin, he goes for a bit of a dart back to Ethan Edwards. Ethan Edwards, yes, he'll go forward, but he'll be taken down 8 metres out. Will Neuenhuis darts to the left. He finds a bit of space. He picks up Watson. Watson goes for the gun. He's over.
Yeah, the speed of Neuenhuis out of dummy half really set that one up, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Right up.
The dart and weave run there definitely puts. He's picked up young Big Dale Watson. He's thrown the big dummy, mate, that's come off for him.
And if you see, for Aberdeen, if you've seen Neuenhuis go into the dummy half, you know he's going to scoot.
He's going to run.
Oh, so I don't understand why they're not ready for that by now.
That's why we've got the microphones.
With that pace that he does have out of dummy half, how do you set yourself and get ready for it?
No, you don't. You just chase him. 26-0, 7 minutes out. That's certainly a very good start for Singleton today, Schultze.
It is, mate. It is. I'm just wondering, like you said, with the Aberdeen not using fresh reserves, how much this game really meant to them. I'm not sure.
Looks like
He can't.
Look, they've looked pretty flat from the outset, Aberdeen field. Down here on ground level, Singleton have definitely been that half a yard to a yard quicker most of the game.
Pete, you just missed it. Jakey Smith's coming.
Matty's just trying to commentate using his Tui's new can.
Well done, Jakey Smith. He's come off and John Bailey's back on to steer him around for the last 6 minutes of the game. You better restore some order here, Rich.
Oh, thanks, boys. No, I just went. Here we go. As Will Newenhouse. He nailed one. I was right down there with it before. I don't know what's happened up here. So, Will Newenhouse, he's at 10 metres in from the touch line, 25 metres out. Did you try and commentate through a beer can, did you? No, really, mate. Here goes Will Newenhouse. He strikes it. It's looking good. It's coming around, and he's nailed it. That is a beautiful... And, boys, just to let you know, Pete will probably say the same thing. The wind seems to have died off down there, Pete.
It certainly has, Reggie. It's dropped right down now since that rain went through, and now we're back to blue sky and sunshine.
Well, that's a terrific thing for the rest of this game. Hopefully it stays the same. Can you get rid of that? Get rid of that.
It looks like Jai Bay go to hooker and Rinkin will go to 5'8". But look at it. Halfback.
I'd suggest so, yeah.
As he goes forward, he kicks off straight down the throat of Will Newenhouse. It's a high one, but Will Newenhouse brings it back over the 20-metre line. Solid shot there by Shorty Millwood. Just spoke to Shorty before he took the field. He's out there to get the talk happening and make sure that there's some structure. He just doesn't believe that the forwards are getting deep enough. Here goes Sean Millwood again with a tackle on Ethan Edwards. Now we've got Dinky Solomon makes it up to the 40-metre line. He's still pumping his legs. He's 45 metres before he's taken down. Who was that in around the legs? Lee Mitchell at first marker. Dinky Solomon plays the ball back to Jai Bailey off to Frank Paul Nuasala. That's how front rowers run.
Better, yes.
Now they're in Aberdeen's territory, 45 metres out, centre field. Jai Bailey passes back to Jimmy Bradley. Puts a torpedo kick up. Is that going to go too far? No, it's Bartholomew's going to have to get it. It's going to sit up in Bengalla area, and there's a wall. Singleton defence. They'll get him back in there for sure.
Absolutely. That's a great kick and chase. No, he's managed to get out. No, he's got him in.
No, just got him.
That's a great kick and chase, boys.
It was a terrible kick, but it was ended up to be good for him.
But you can see the body language of Singleton. The whole game have been upbeat. You know, Aberdeen's just walking back.
Do you reckon, even since Jai's gone back on that ruck speed, that whole thing's lifted? He's there screaming at him to get up, get off. He's asking questions of the referee. You can see him.
Yeah, I think so, mate.
He's just changing that dynamic right in the middle there, asking the questions as Forum takes the drop out. It's a high one. It'll only go about 35 metres out by Will Newenhouse. He'll take it and go for a bit of a scoot himself.
Straight into Lee Mitchell and Tyler the Prince Campbell. They've made the solid tackle on Will Newenhouse. They're 30 metres out. Jai Bailey, dummy half, offloads to Ethan Edwards. He's had another cracking game so far at the beginning.
I'd like to see his hit-ups for the game, boys. He's had at least one every set.
Here goes Frank Paul Nuasala. Wow. Frank Paul Nuasala drops it. He's had a look at Steve Hinchin and he's clean dropped it. He was thinking about what he was doing before he caught the ball, Frank Paul.
Puts his hand up. Yep, it was you. We saw it too.
Yeah, he definitely was.
That's okay, hey.
It'd be interesting to see if Jai's gone out there and told him since he's gone back there. Since Jai's gone back out there, he's had 2 hit-ups and for 2 hard running hit-ups. Harry dropped that ball.
Maybe he said to him, listen, sunshine.
They're bagging you on the radio.
No. Definitely not the base of the scrum. Liam Foran offloads to Wolfgang. Wolfgang makes it up nearly 30 metres out from his try line. Sean Millwood is dummy half for this rest of the half while Ben Clark goes off. He goes out of dummy half and gives it back to Hamish Wolfgang. Where are the front rowers? Where are the pigs? As he goes to Tyler Prince Campbell. Oh, solid shot.
Edwards. Great tackle.
Solid shot.
Look
how fat they are, guys. They're all within 5 metres in depth. As he goes...
Liam Foran, no talk from him. He's actually watching the game. He's not organising what's going on the left-hand side.
Lee Mitchell gets tackled 40 metres out from the Singleton try line. Mill with an off pass to Lee Mitchell. Lee Mitchell takes the ball 35 metres out still. Last tackle. What are their options? They go to Foran. Foran's going to put a high torpedo bomb up. It's a centre field bomb with this wind. Who's going to go up for it? Will Newenhouse. He's caught a clean break take by Will Newenhouse. He's then wrapped up by Jason Hovey, and over the top came Tyler the Prince Campbell.
I think Hovey was going to go for that. He thought, no, I've got no way of catching.
No. Now Morgan Emily breaks away from one, gets a bit of a skid. He's manhandled to the ground as well.
Yeah, I think just then, Matty, there was a bit of back turn from Sean Mill, which wasn't needed, arguing with the referee, and he made the best of that.
Hovey's wrapped him up anyway, so we're in the middle of the ground. James Bradley, he'll play the ball back to acting half. Bailey to Frank Paul. Quick ball to Rinkin. Rinkin finds a bit of space through the centre. He picks up another Rinkin. Yes, he does. He bats it forward.
And there we go. Tyler Prince Campbell. Yeah. Tyler the Prince Campbell. Frank Paul. Just put down there by number 4 from Singleton. Jordan Watson.
Just hit the wrong bloke. Bailey was shooting right off his shoulder.
Maybe what I pulled out, Schultz, straight up the sideline there, man. Again, we're running sideways. That's what's going to happen if we crowd ourselves out. You don't give them boys a room.
Well, you would have heard that on the commentary. Jai Bailey said, fire truck these areas are out. Let's get playing. And it is. It's another area. You wouldn't expect these guys at this end of the season. He's
not happy.
More
last
fluid.
Minute of the game, 28-0.
Last minute of the half.
Of the half?
Jeez, don't get him excited.
What I've liked the last couple of times that Frank Paul's run the ball, he's actually taken the dancing shoes off and just gone nice and straight.
Yeah, well,
straight up, Pete.
I'm with you, Pete. I believe Liam Foran here is going to have a front rower hit up without a doubt to show him this is how it's done. He does it every other game. Hovey got the ball. He's now
it's got to be a knock on.
That's a knock on.
Yeah.
It is a knock on.
Absolutely.
Hit the Singleton player.
Yes.
He come off one of his players, come off Millwood. Back to Hovey, back to Millwood.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what's happened. There's no big screen, but Shawnee Millwood's looking around for one. But he did dead set lost it into the opposition. So
absolutely.
Is that half time now? 2 seconds remaining.
The boys aren't going to pack that.
Look, they're not waiting for the header, they're just walking.
Big half of football, boys.
Very big half. We'll take a quick break right here on the Footy Fever live commentary of the Singleton versus Aberdeen game. 28-0 half time in the Bengalla Group 21 match. That we'll have a quick break and come back down and break down the first half.
Wind which has disappeared. The rain came in, made things extra slippery. Singleton have definitely played better to the conditions. They had the wind with them in the first half. That's now died off. But the intensity from Aberdeen just being there, it's like they've turned up and just gone, we're here to make up numbers today, and that's about it.
Well, the worst part was, speaking to a couple of the players, they said this won't affect the results anyway. That's for me, that's not the attitude to have. You got to get out there. They should be laying the platform and trying to get some more fluent football.
Well, it's what we spoke about anyway all season, isn't it, though, Reg?
Yeah.
We've said that the attitude's always been we have to win the 2 games, yeah? But having said that, Singleton have certainly come up with a renewed passion today to take them on, mate.
Most definitely. Well, Nelson Gardner getting into the game early has been a great move for Singleton too, Schultz.
Yeah, mate, I thought he made a difference when he was in there. Him and Dinky are running hard and straight, so if we can just get Frankie doing that, Singleton will go a long way to win it easy, I thought. Jimmy
Bradley has the ball on the tee. We're just waiting for the referee to give the go-ahead. Singleton kicking off to the highway end. No breeze for Aberdeen in the second half, which is interesting. It's died off
has
completely.
Dropped right off, yeah.
It has gone, the breeze down here on ground level.
So they're going to be relying on getting deep and running onto this ball. The forwards have to do that for Aberdeen as they kick off and pick it up. Foran picks up Hinchin runs the ball. That's how they run. Back nearly to the 20-metre line. That's how you should run, Schultz, as a front row forward.
Correct.
Dummy half Millwood off to Jason Hovey, a bit flat-footed, but he's got those legs pumping. He's nearly at the 30-metre line. Singleton seem to be full of energy at the moment, getting off the line, but Aberdeen have him on the back foot here, and it's a penalty. Not again. Jason Hovey playing the ball has done something. He's played it. He's just rolled it between his legs without playing it with his foot.
Yeah, a bit harsh, I thought.
The foot make a motion, but it didn't obviously make contact with the ball.
Yeah, that's. I thought as long as you're attempting to play the ball, it's play on.
No, it's the rules have changed. They've got to strike it with their foot. I'm not Matty Edwards, but I'll have a crack.
It was always had to strike it with your foot. I don't know whether it's rubbish came as making a motion. You always had to play with your foot. But here comes Bailey off to.
That was a rather flat ball to Rentgen.
He's caught it for
Watson. Sorry. Yeah, you're on, mate. You're good.
Okay.
Now that was Watson had no chance of catching that ball. Jai Bailey said keep the errors out of the game, and he's just passed one himself. So
yeah, maybe overplayed his hand at the right at the end there. Look at for mine. For mine, dummy half that close to the ground, it just needs to feed the football straight off the ground. But hey, a little skip doesn't hurt. Definitely from a guy that can make things happen.
Aberdeen ruck it out of their own area. Here they are with, I think it's Hamish Wolfgang with that great run. He's made it nearly to the 20-metre line.
Lukey Gardner over the top and Jordan Watson.
Foran's got into dummy half. Cameron French involves himself in the game for his first comeback match, and he's over the 25-metre line. He goes Shaw Mill with dummy half. Dylan Porter, look at the backs doing the running. That's how you run. That's how they want the forwards to run. They're nearly at the 40-metre line. Good roll on by the Aberdeen team at the moment.
Play the ball. Those little scoots.
Oh, here we go. The piggyback now. Singleton in front, offside of the referee. So
the little scoots from Millwood, Reggie.
Yeah.
Little scoots out. He goes forward. Everyone goes forward. It's just that extra 2 or 3 metres. They've gained 40 metres and then caught Singleton on the back foot.
And he's screaming at them too.
They're rucking it out of their own 10. Now they're at the 20-metre line with a tap. Aberdeen with Dylan Porter to take the tap. He picks up 4 and passes it off to Richie Graham. Richie Graham straightens up and goes straight into Ethan Edwards. And is that Nelson? No, it's Dinky Solomon. Plays the ball back to Millwood. Millwood passes it on to Steve Hinchin. He is a nugget. He is so solid. Looks like a piece of gold out there at the moment, that little nugget. As here goes Millwood. Millwood goes around the back, finds Hasselman. Hasselman around the back to Huey Bartholomew. There's nothing happening out here. James Bradley cleans him up. They're about 9 metres out, 20 metres in from the eastern western touchline. Dummy half, Millwood. Off to Lee Mitchell, around the back to Hasselman. Hasselman's put the foot on the accelerator. He picks up 4 and runs straight into Dinky Solomon and is tackled 5 metres out. They've got another play left. Here goes Millwood from dummy half. You were right, Matty. He's going forward. They're going forward. Off to Hasselman. Hasselman offloads. He's passed it on to Millwood. He's flicked it back. They've lost ground. Foran's with the ball. He's on the 20 metre line. Now he's, what are they calling here? Forward pass. Well, they were their own worst enemies just then, Aberdeen. They've gone from being 5 metres out on the attack in the first that play, and they've ended up back on the 20-metre line with the forward pass.
I'm going to say good defence from Singleton, though, mate. They rushed up and put pressure on them.
Absolutely. The little scoot from Millwood picking up Hasselman. I thought Hasselman had a great deal of space, so he opened up a little step to the left, might have helped him. But you're right, Schultz. Good defence from Singleton. The Rinkin takes away from the scrum off to Neuenhaus. Neuenhaus down 20 metres out. Centre field thereabouts. Bradley will take a bit of a scoot. He gets his legs chopped from under him by Hasselman. Hasselman takes up on Millwood at markers. It's Di Bailey out to Ethan Edwards. Edwards will go down 30 metres out from the Singleton line, just off centre field. Frank Paul, a little cutout ball out there to Jordan Watson, is it? Yep. On the far side there. He's down 38 metres out. Bailey to Frank Paul. Frank Paul goes for a crashing run up there with four people on in the tackle there from Aberdeen to take it down. Nice quick play of the ball to Bailey. Bailey back to Bradley for the clearer.
Look at that kick.
Horrible looking thing and over the top of Bartholomew's head, but it will be too deep.
Look at the roll on that had. That bounced 10 metres out and just went like a power shot out. Didn't go there. So a 7-set tackle.
Yep.
Can you smell that? I think he pooped himself when that went into the air.
Yeah. Oh, mate, fullback's nightmare. Now, what's Nick Martin doing here, though? Everyone was set.
No, he said he wouldn't go back and play when I'm ready.
Right, I know that, but what was he doing? Here we go, 30 metres out, Aberdeen to take the tap off the 20-metre restart. Millwood jumps from dummy half, picks up Tyler Prince Campbell, who's cleaned up from Ethan Edwards at marker, and then over the top by Watson. That second marker. Here goes Millwood
in the scoots. There you go.
Then of course the marker.
Not square.
I said that was a bit too fast there, but here we go.
The scoots, mate. The scoots is the go. It's wet weather. Short course footy, which means you're scooting and taking your people forward. Millwood's doing it well. Win in Singleton, they need to do it to get on top.
As he goes, Dylan Porter. He offloads to Richie Graham. Richie Graham runs straight and hard. He's made it 22 metres out from the Singleton try line. He goes forward and Foran takes it on. He gives it to Steve Hinchin. Steve Hinchin is now in the 20-metre zone. He's tackled 15 metres out, right in centre right in front of the uprights. He goes forward with a full head of steam. He does that forward run that we were talking about.
Absolutely.
He's nearly at the try line. He's swivelling. He can't get there. He's held up on his feet. That's a penalty.
Yeah,
Yes.
Frank Paul's done it again. He's got away with it down the other end here, but it's
trying to dive into dummy half.
Can't do it, bud. Can't do it.
So they're still 28 down here at the moment, Aberdeen, as they attack the Singleton try line through Tyler the Prince Campbell. He's offloaded to Millwood. Millwood goes himself. He's over for a try. Oh, what's happened?
Cold held, called it back.
Oh, the whistle.
I can't.
Play the whistle, son.
I didn't think the tackle had been completed either.
Nah.
As he goes Millwood to dummy half.
Tough call.
Off to Shane Hasselman. Shane Hasselman brings it back under Lee Mitchell. Off to Ewan Bartholomew. Puts his foot down. He's nearly at the try line. He's stopped. Some great defence there by Singleton. They're looking at Aberdeen which way they're going to go. They go around the back. They find Ben Clark. No, it's Lee Mitchell. Lee Mitchell onto Haas. Haas spills the beans. Another pressure pass. He goes Will Newenhouse. He's got the ball. He's at the 10-metre line. He's down a crossfield now and he's found no one. He's gone himself. He's put his foot on the accelerator. He's over the 20-metre line. He's throwing off people like it's WWF.
Haas was on the receiving end of one of those.
As here he is, Newenhouse, 22 metres out from his own try line. Now we've got Jordan Watson taking it up to the 30-metre line. He quick play the ball. Oh, that's got to be a penalty. But he goes Morgan Amity.
Oh, really?
He's telling him to go back and play the ball when they're all over him. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, no,
you should be allowed to move at least to be able to play the ball correctly. You're not allowed to play on the top of it. As Morgan Amity goes for a darting little run and gains an easy 10 metres. Bailey in an acting half. He's got Frank Paul on his inside, left-hand side. Frank Paul goes for a little dart. He's out the back to Bradley. Bradley taking... Oh, no, he's spot it too. Straight back to Hovey.
Jason Hovey now has the
right
ball.
In the right spot there.
45 metres out. They're going to get penalised for being in front of the... Play the ball here in a minute, Aberdeen.
Tackle set.
Singleton. As he goes, Tyler Prince Campbell. He's looking for an offload on the first tackle. He's dropped it, but the referee hasn't seen it. Here we go. Millwood off to Forum with the front rowing run. Here he goes, bang, straight into the three big guys. Frank Paul, Nuwasala, Michael Rinkin and Ethan Edwards. Here goes Millwood. Millwood from dummy half gives it on to Tyler Prince Campbell. He's drifting. There's too much crabbing going on out here. Too much crabbing sideways. They need someone to go flat out and straighten up. Millwood are pleading for the referee to get him off him. He goes forward. Forward passes out to Shane Hasselman. Very flat. What's Haas got? Oh, it was an intercept attempt by Schultz.
Jordan. Schultz. Yeah, it was Schultz. Yeah, no. In the right spot. Just needed to get that hand out there and he was away. Put the glasses down, as Rabs would say.
Here it is, 20 metres out, 20 metres in from the touchline. What can Aberdeen do? They need to put something on now. If they're any chance of getting back in this game, 31 minutes left, 28-0, they need to put something in off the scrum.
We got heads down out here. You have a look at the young Wolfie out here. Very disinterested and wandering out. Bartholomew, hang on.
Hasselman's got the ball. Hasselman's got the ball. He's running sideways. He finds Wolfgang trying to upstand Gardner. He does. He palms off Gardner. He palms off Schultz. And here we go. He's back into the centre of the field. Tackled 10 metres out. Millwood dummy half gives it off to Hovey. Hovey gets a shooting James Bradley. Hits him in the ribs. But he's still going. He's still standing up. He's still fighting. I haven't put him to ground. He's at the upright. Right upright here. Millwood, dummy half, passes it out to forward. Forward fakes to put it on the foot. He picks up. Who's that? That looks like it's young Haas, is it not?
Good hit, Jai Bailey.
I think that might have been Haas. It looks to be a bit of... It's a slow play, the ball, whatever it is. Frank Paul still holding him down. Play back to Millwood. Millwood can't find anyone going forward. Finds Huey Bartholomew. Huey Bartholomew with a bit of a step at a dares. He spins around. He can't get there. Millwood, dummy half. They're still attacking the try line, the Aberdeen Tigers. He goes the blind side. He goes himself. Millwood, he's over him. Has he got it down? No, he's held up. Held up. They'll bring it back out.
The online scrambling defence of Singleton today has been unbelievable.
Well, I tell you what, they've got to take a positive out this. If they can keep Aberdeen to 0,
that's a good score for them, mate.
I think that's the first time any of these teams have had it this year.
Long way to go yet.
Here we go. Yeah, there's a long way to go. That was a woeful pass off the base of the scrum. Hovey's got it. They've tried a one-on-one steal, and now Frank Paul stole it.
How's that a one-on-one steal?
There was 2 in that tackle.
It's got to be 3. Oh, wow.
And he's been tackled. There was a player with a hand on him. Frustration now. This is where Aberdeen have to watch their discipline. I can understand where they're coming from. There was 2 in that tackle, but Ethan Edwards tackled strongly out 30 metres out from his own try line. Jai Bailey in dummy half. Offloads to young Bradley. Bradley passes it out to old Gardner. Mickey Gardner's down the sideline and he tries to pass it and he's gone into touch. Wow. Did you hear that?
I think he said, them fire trucks aren't doing the job. And how do we complete?
Excuse me, gentlemen.
How many times do I have to,
your sets?
How many times do I have to tell you to complete your sets? There might have been a few explicits in there.
Excuse me, gents.
Frustration.
Could you please listen to me and complete your sets? I'm sure was what he said.
And he's just nicely said, please clean it up to the players.
Guys.
In a different tone. Here we go. Hasselman off the base of the scrum, off to Foran. Foran passes out to Dylan Porter. Dylan Porter's marked by Watson. Watson's on him, and then a second player comes in to assist through Michael Rinkin. Tackled on the halfway line. Led Dylan Porter back to Millwood. Millwood picks up Foran. Foran goes through, picks it up with a flat ball right on the vantage line and makes it the 40-metre line. Millwood out to Dylan Porter. Look at these backs. These backs should be doing what they've been doing. 16 for who?
Singo just come on.
16 for Singleton is on the field, and that would be Cody Argent. He'll be moving into the front row. That's his yellow boots. You see him. Yep. They stand out as...
He had a haircut, has he?
Here we go. Yeah. A penalty for a one-on-one strip. A strip in there.
Might be the mo or something he might be able to.
Gee, I thought he just lost that cold there, but oh well.
I'm with you, Pete.
Here we go. Tyler Prince Campbell, leg still pumping. He's got Jai Bailey on him. He's made it to the 10-metre line. They look all displaced out here, the Singleton defence. But here comes Hasselman. Hasselman goes across field, gives it on to Lee Mitchell. Lee Mitchell passes.
Go Troy, young Emily. Go Morgan Emily. Morgan last end. Go, son.
Morgan Emily's over 40. He's over 50 behind him. He's over 40. Look out, Martin. 20. No. 10. Try to Morgan Emily. He betters his position right under
his position right under the place. But I'll tell you, full credit to young Hamish Wolfgang. Did not give up for the whole run.
That's right.
Chased him for the whole length.
Even Jace Hovey, front rower, trying to track him down early on.
Absolutely, mate. That's commitment. That's well done. Well done, Hamish.
Yeah, Lee Mitchell, mate, he passed it straight to his chest. I couldn't even see the Aberdeen play in Cooee.
I'm not even sure why Mitchell passed it. He was just about to fall over the line.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. That's the game changer right there. 32-0, kick to come right in front. 27 minutes remaining in the first half on the A+ contracting scoreboard. As the Singleton crowd's very vocal. I think
no, it's only one. Luke Holtz.
I was going to say, is that Bengalla's finest up there?
The one Singleton crowd.
Bengalla's finest making some comments up there from the stand. They'd be very proud of him at the moment. Boys, I don't know what to say on what Aberdeen can do. What can Aberdeen do to get back in this game?
Look, I'm thinking Millwood at the half there. Benny Clark's going to have to watch his position there, boys, because I tell you, Millwood's taking him forward and he's gaining some ground every time he gets the football. I mean, Aberdeen marched from the 10-yard line through to the, let's call it 10 yards into Singleton's territory, purely just by scoots and picking up one off for us, Schultz.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's playing quite well and he's actually yelling and directing them around.
Absolutely. A little bit of that out of Singleton, I'll tell you. That scoreline it'll blow out a bit further. Like, I don't know that Jai's got the stamina to be able to do that, but certainly Brady Rinkin has. Get him into that spot, get him out jumping, get him running. A bit like the Tommy Johnson style, you know.
Brady Rinkin
he dresses and goes forward.
Brady Rinkin coming on in another 6 minutes at the 20-minute mark would be dangerous.
Absolutely. Brady's already out there, I think. He's still out there. He's playing out in the
halfback, yeah.
Who else have they got fresh on the bench down near the Singleton side? We haven't seen Carl Gilmore yet.
Nope. Happy hasn't been out.
And Carl's always an impact player on the edge there, isn't he?
We've seen the rest of
front rower edge. You know, you run. I'm not sure whether Frank Paul might get a bit of a spell later on.
As he goes forward with the kickoff. It's a short, high one. It's coming down on the 30-metre line. Hasselman's underneath it, is he? No. Jai Bailey takes it. Jai Bailey tackled 25 metres out from his own try line. What has Singleton got here? They go to it's Cody Argent. Cody Argent straight behind the ruck. He runs straight into Cam Savage. Cam Savage and Lee Mitchell bring him down. As Jai Bailey at dummy half finds Ethan Edwards. Geez, he's a weapon.
Workhorse, isn't he?
I was going to say workhorse, but he's a bloody weapon. Here we go, Jai Bailey.
The line, but certainly he's tried.
Jai Bailey gives it to Frank Paul Nuasala. He stops at the line. He jigs. He throws off Hinchin. He comes across field. He runs straight into Shane Hasselman underneath the legs and Lee Mitchell over the top.
So they're going to give away a penalty here if they don't get themselves back, Aberdeen.
Here we go, 40 metres out. It's a kick by James Bradley. If this finds a touchline, it's a 40-20.
That's a 40-20. Beautiful. He's found gap, and I tell you, his gap kicks have been spot on today. He's gapped.
Wow.
He's gapped that young Frenchie and Bartholomew. He's gapped them twice today, Reg.
Yeah, well, here we go. It's a tap, isn't it? To play the ball, so Aberdeen's going to have to get back on side. They're still 30 metres out.
Shawnee Millards is spent too. I seen him just put his hand up. He's still out there, but he's had enough.
Yeah. Well, full game of, we talked about it. Full game of Reggie's and then coming on. He's played the best part of a half of first grade, Chilty.
That's right.
Here goes Ethan Edwards. He gets it off the tap from Jai Bailey at the 11 metres out from the try line. Singleton nearly centre field, heading towards the highway. He's lost it. Ethan Edwards has lost it. Jai Bailey's also lost it, but in a different way.
He's not happy.
He's lost. Ethan Edwards might have lost the ball, but the captain and coach, he lost it in a different form.
He didn't look real happy there, did he, Jai?
And he's got probably good reason to. They're probably having one of their better games. Singleton have strung together. They've got nearly a full strength side all bar TJ, and it's the errors, and the errors is what's going to kill them in the end, isn't it?
Well, that's exactly right. But Singleton, Aberdeen don't seem to have much in attack at the moment. I think they're missing Marcus Marsh, their go-to man. As he goes, Cameron Savage. Cameron Savage runs straight into 3 Singleton defenders and tackled 20 metres out. Millwood still in dummy half. He jumps out, gives it to Tyler Prince Campbell. He's going forward all day. You'll get your value out of money for him if you come into the game. Don't you worry. You'll have some great entertainment. Plays it back to Millwood. Millwood off to Hinchin.
He's not jumping as much either, so he's only taken the one step there. The last set he took 3 or 4 past that second marker, made the 5 yards, and then offloaded. They're not
even at their 40-metre line. Now they are. They're over it through Tyler Prince Campbell. He's going to make it to the halfway line. It's the last tackle. Here goes forward, and they'll go to Foran, will they? They go to Haas. Jigs. He's got numbers on him.
He's in some strife.
Tyler Prince Campbell tries a chip. He's been taken out, though. It's play on. It's been dropped by Huey Bartholomew and cleaned up there by Brody Rinkin.
Here he comes. Shawnee Millard's off.
Benny Clark back on.
Well, Benny Clark should see what Sean Millard's just been doing then from dummy half and go out there and mirror that.
See what sort of injection Benny Clark can have in that ruck play, but certainly he's got a lot to live up to. A little penalty. What's that for? Holding down in the ruck.
Holding him down in the ruck.
I think that was a bit of a hard one, that one.
I think it was tough.
That was a tough call. Go back to that play the ball where Millwood was in under the post too.
Yep.
Here we go.
James Bradley to
kick for touch. He kicks it, and it's going to find touch on that eastern side every day. Hey, everybody know that car? I'm very glad. Here we go, 42 metres out from the Aberdeen try line. Brady Rinkin, fine. Look at that for a forward going forward. That's Michael Rinkin. He's over the 40. He's 35 metres out. He goes Bailey from dummy half. Oh, Cody Argent's had a look before he caught it and now lost the ball. He's with the ball is Cameron Savage. He's nearly at the 40-metre line. Here we go. Ben Clark gives it on to Tyler Prince Campbell. He's bustling. He's rustling. He's got Cody Argent on the ball at the moment. I thought they were going to try a strip on the halfway line. Here we go. Ben Clark off to Shane Hasselman. He's looking for runners. He finds it in Hamish Wolfgang. Wolfgang dummies towards young Jesse McLean and takes the tackle 38 metres out, 5 metres in from the sideline. Here goes Hasselman down the short side. Hasselman succumbs to the tackle, voluntary surrender tackle that would be. It's 30 metres out, 2 metres in from the sideline. Jesse McLean, dummy half, passes it to no one. It's gone right behind the Aberdeen players and lead.
Look at the speed of Singleton off that line. I tell you, that's mirroring Scone's defence there a couple of weeks ago.
How was that not held off? If that last one was held over the other side, how was that not held?
That's right.
Here we go. Singleton now back with the ball off for the error.
Singleton need to hang on this for 6 to see if they can concentrate again.
As young Will Newenhouse brings it directly across the field and tackle on the halfway line. Jimmy Bradley with the ball goes, what do I do with this, boys? That is soft. That's horrible. That's terrible football as Watson's just been handed the ball and takes the tackle. Jai Bailey, dummy half, off to Jim Bradley. Jim Bradley takes again, doesn't have anyone run off him. He takes a tackle himself this time. He's 40 metres out from that Aberdeen try line. There's no structure. Teams like Scone will have a field day with this. And he goes, Frank Paul Nuwasala. He takes on Prince Campbell. He's going to go for the arm free, but Tyler the Prince Campbell, that was very smart to drop his arm off to try and shut down that offload.
Oh, well, Mick Rinkin was through, mate. Mick Rinkin was through. He only get the ball out and he was gone.
Jai Bailey off to Brady Rinkin, passes it on to, he takes it himself and he's dragging. He's fallen off Richie Graham, and there are now 20 metres out. The signal's gone to the air for Watson and Emmety out this side, but it's Jai Bailey, chips it across and it's gone out the side. It's on the full.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the right option, boys.
You reckon he'll swear at himself?
I think so.
I was about to try and compose some words that I didn't do anything too derogatory towards him.
Look, he's had a bloody good game, but
he has.
But look,
who hooks the coach when he buggers up?
That's us when he listens back.
He'll hook us, one or the other.
Here we go, Ben Clark from dummy half. Off to, that was a terrible attempt to catch the ball.
On there.
Who was that? Sam Fitzsimmons.
Yeah.
Terrible attempt. His eyes was looking straight at the defensive line.
Young Ethan Edwards has tried to grab hold of it as well, and he's coughed it as well, so it should be a double knock on single.
So here we are, 25 metres out, 20 metres in from the sideline on the western side here at Pirtek Park. Singleton will have the scrum feed. Boys, I think there's points in this here.
I agree. I'm just trying to think back that set. I'd love to see a replay, but the problem we have when Singleton have no one going forward and our dummy half had to take up is because our front rowers, I'm going to blame Frank again, he's trying to organise something for the next player as a 5'8". He needs to be in there doing the hard yards and let our halves organise stuff.
As here we go, Brody Rinkin off the base of scrum, gives it to James Bradley, who takes on the line. He's smashed by Huey Bartholomew. Great tackle by Huey, and over the top, Tyler Prince Campbell. Only one marker. Bailey gives it off to Watson, though. Watson's running across field. He's tackled 20 metres out. Like I said, there's just too much crabbing sideways, boys. They need someone to straighten it up. Jai Bailey off to Will Newhouse. This is danger. He takes on the sideline, but he's tackled. Great tackle by Lee Mitchell, and underneath there, Shane Hasselman. Spins it out. Bradley with the ball. Bradley brings it to the centre field, gives it to Frank Paul Nuasala. He dances again. He looks for the offload. He finds Bradley. Gives it on to Brody Rinkin. He's got points in him. So is this boy here, Michael Rinkin.
Rinkin has made a heap of runs, but it just has not had the footy in his hands.
Cody Argent close to the line. Will he get there? He's throwing off players. This is the WWE style. He's short. Last tackle. Jai Bailey, dummy half. That's a penalty if I've seen one, but it's a try.
I'd say.
About the penalty, Bailey's over.
How's he done that?
The player from Aberdeen shot out too quick, and Bailey was able to find that gap. Wow. Aberdeen really need to watch this game back, and this is a great way to say how you do not play.
I'm just watching Bars walk back here. Look at the size of his legs. No wonder he can get leg drive down latest.
He got some big thick force that night.
And let me tell you, one of the nicest blokes in Clubman too.
Yeah, that's right.
I tell you, this is a big scoreline. It sends a message to the other ones. Singleton hasn't been the best match. Let's put it that way. It's been scrappy.
This second half, they've definitely been scrappy, Reggie. They've gone away from their game plan that works so well in the first half of run it up hard, get up, play the ball as quick as you can, and then use your back line. But they're not doing that. We're not seeing forwards wanting to run the ball.
Look, they need to up. If they're coming into the semi-finals now and they're going to match it with Scone, they need to go to 3 games or 3 days a week training, boys.
Yeah,
I'm going to say that right now.
I reckon Frank's coming off here. Just not sure who's going to run on here. Someone's in the toilet, I'd suggest.
Yeah, look, Frank's come off, and looks like that might be his day done. He's taken the tape off.
Yeah, I figured earlier that
everyone.
They'd probably end up pulling.
Here he goes. Carl Gilmore.
Gilmore is a guy.
Happy Gilmore, bring him on.
I think he had to go and put his shorts on under his track pants.
Look, I think, boys, Mick Rinkin, he has not. He's been just on the edge. He's been running some great lines. He just hasn't had the footy.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's been one of our standouts for the last couple of years now.
Mate, great footballer.
Like I said, they've got to go to 3 training sessions a week now, Singleton.
Yeah,
and Aberdeen.
Getting them to 2.
Yeah, I know that. I hear that. But, you know, if they
if they want to be fair dinkum to win it,
fair dinkum premiership contenders, they need to be 3 nights a week training now from here on in. And I'd say the same about Aberdeen. If players aren't turning up, they've got the numbers to drop them. It's no longer an entitlement just to have a jersey coming into the semi-finals.
So,
I'm talking, they need basically full contact
Bailey's
once
off.
a week.
Jai Bailey's off.
Yeah, Jai just come to the bench.
And
Nelson Gardner back on.
Nelson's back on, and Brody Rinkin back to 9.
Yep.
As Will Newhouse slots that for what's that? I think that's a perfect score for him today, isn't it?
40 points to 0.
Yeah, I don't recall him missing one.
He even nailed the one from down here on the western sideline with the wind howling.
Where's Brody going?
He's going to be hooker. Who's our half then?
I'd say that Brody...
Young Jordan Watson will come in from the centres.
Jordan Watson will come into half with James Bradley.
Happy Gilmore's in the back row now. That's what's going on. In the centres. He's in the centres. Happy Gilmore in the centres.
I'm not happy if I'm Aberdeen 40-0 scoreline if you're the coaching staff.
That's a reasonably full-strength side too, Rick.
Yeah. They've missed Marcus Marsh. I said it last week. He takes collision in off the kickoff between 2 Singleton players, but they've caught the ball and been cleaned up. Brody Rinkin has been by Cameron Savage. Gardner goes in for a scoot out of dummy half. He makes it to the 40-metre line.
Very quiet
just
today,
30-metre line, over the 30-metre line. Brody Rinkin dummy half. Aberdeen's all offside. They come to the short side to Watson. Watson's had plenty of good runs today too. He's at the 40-metre line before Lee Mitchell and Hamish Wolfgang tackle him. Brody Rinkin. Off to Nelson Gardner, the boy that we've spoken about. He needs to get deeper. He needs to wind up.
Needs to be a bit wider too. Run off the halves.
The markers just picked him off then. As 45 metres out, he plays the ball. Ethan Edwards was coming there for the Brody Rinkin's picked it.
Great eyes.
He's made some great metres. He's now 45 metres out from the Aberdeen trial. And last tackle, out to young Bradley. Bradley puts a high bomb. Who's under it? Huey Bartholomew. It's going to be a great take.
He's got it. Yeah, well
great take.
Great
Very
take,
fluent there by Huey Bartholomew. He's 20 metres out from the try line. Centre field, Jesse McLean into dummy half. You'll see a scoot here. He has to get wide. Here he goes. He's got the legs to be able to pump it. Ethan Edwards at second mark has picked him off and slowed it down while Watson and
Carl Gilmore.
Carl Gilmore.
Oh,
get
no,
there.
sorry, no, it's Cody Argent. No?
Cody Argent.
Stop giving me wrong names.
Sorry,
Here's Wolfgang. Wolfgang, he makes it to nearly the 40-metre line. They're not going anywhere fast, Aberdeen. Here goes Lee Mitchell. He catches a wayward pass. He's nearly up to the halfway line. Whatever you're doing, don't. As the ball's... What? Oh. As the ball's played back, it's now 45 metres out from the Singleton try line. It's the last tackle. Ben Clark, he passes it off to Hamish Wolfgang. Someone tell him it's the last tackle. That's at least 3 times they've been caught with the last tackle option on the ground.
It sums up their day, doesn't it, Aberdeen?
Pretty much, mate. I think so. That's pretty much poor form in it. Getting caught with the footy in that position, Chelsea.
That's right, mate.
Singo got caught in the back corner, which I don't consider to be a bad position because working out of that corner is tough.
That's right, mate. Well, they're still 35 minutes out.
Nelson Gardner spills it after he first hit up. Benny Clark will spin over to the left. Carl Gilmore and Ethan Edwards will take him down, assisted by Jordan Watson.
He goes forward to dummy half.
half.
See what he does here. He's giving it off to Sam Fitzsimmons. Sam Fitzsimmons makes it his second touch over the 30-metre line. They're now in Singleton striking, and he's hurt. Sam Fitzsimmons is not moving. He's in a little bit of pain. He's laying on the 30-metre line, just the other side of it, centre field. I can't see him trying to grip at anything, but I'm looking at where Richie Graham's looking. It must be a knee or an ankle on that.
Could be spuds.
I can't see which leg's pointing out where. But anyway, boys, like I said, both teams, if they're going to be fair income for premiership contenders against Scone, they need to go 3 days a week training sessions here on in.
Well, as with every team, I think, Reg, the rosters people work around the valley, which 80% of people do. It's tough to do that. I know probably what Scone have had a fair bit of success because they actually
all work on
change their roster or their work run side of it, but they do change their training days to accommodate the people that are working. So it's not looking good. We've got a blanket straight out there. Not looking good at all.
Well, it gives us a great opportunity to talk about the game. And you're right, shift work does impact, but I think it's an easy excuse for some people too. We didn't have...
there's no risk. Risk.
There's no risk. You're not going to get dropped.
That's it.
But I think that now, Scone, what we're going to say, if they can't do 3 training sessions a week, do we just say, Scone, put the title?
We got the horizontal calls out there, boys.
Now.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good at all. Dislocated. Broken leg.
It's a knee, I think.
Good, knee.
I'll see what I can find out, boys.
Looks like his right leg, yeah. Actually, if you can, while you're there, down under that Aberdeen shed, under their dugout, is the other co-coach, Bevo Stock.
Going for a stretcher.
Bevo Stock's there. If you ask for Phil Bevo Stock, we'll have a chat with him, see what he feels about this performance so far. But look, he's up on his feet. The stretcher was going out there. He's up on his feet, but they're going to try and, I don't know, he's going to shoulder him off. Sam Fitzsimmons is a big boy. Oh.
He's going to limp off himself.
That's good. It's a good result from what it initially started out, that's for sure.
So who comes on? I think it's Jason Hovey taking off his jacket there to come back on.
Yes, it is. Yep.
So, look, to mix it with the likes of Scone, this has to be 110% improvement.
Absolutely, from both sides.
Yes. Otherwise, it's going to be an embarrassing grand final. And that's what we don't want. We want a tight one. I know, speaking to Jai Bailey, he said Scone's got it. They're there. So, but to match it with them, they're going to have to up their, because this ball work, boys, it's under 8 shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Which I think is what Jai was getting upset about earlier, the completion rate, and we haven't got our stats today. I thought I was going to try and do something today, but
I went down. I apologise.
My other hand's full.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and you had to take over league commentary, which I appreciate. It's Ben Clark off to Foran. Foran now gives it on to Richie Graham. Richie Graham takes it. He's 25 metres out from the Singleton try line, left hand, eastern side of the field. Foran, they've given away a penalty, Singleton.
Late penalty.
That's on the 4th tackle. They're now
Wow.
going to piggyback Aberdeen down to the 10-metre line. And Foran taps it, and Tyler Prince Campbell takes it straight towards the uprights. He's tackled there by 3 Singleton defenders. He offloads. Yui Barthol. Oh, come on, Nick.
That tackle wasn't
Come
reported.
on, Nick.
Second time today, yeah?
Yeah.
Third time, possibly.
Third time. As he goes, Shane Hasselman drifts crossfield, picks up Lee Mitchell underneath. He's straightened up towards the goalpost. There's a wall that's Singleton in defence. Huey Bartholomew.
Big time.
Huey Bartholomew, wild pass out to Dylan Porter. Dylan Porter, can he get there? No. Dylan Porter, 5 metres out. There's just no one straightening up this running for Aberdeen. As Tyler Prince Campbell drops it backwards, taps it onto Cam Savage. Cam Savage collects it. His leg's still driving. He's now 9 metres out. He'll get to his feet and play the ball. Only one marker. They've gone towards Hasselman. Hasselman shifts, jinks.
He's lost that, I think.
I think that's a head clash.
Yeah.
It was.
Didn't look good. Has sat straight down, so definitely some sort of contact there.
Cody Argent and Shane Hasselman spills it 5 metres out from the Singleton try line, 20 metres in from touch on the western side. That was a fair head clash.
Yeah, and he's got up, but no one's really assessing him for a HIA there, so I'm not...
Well, he dropped to his arse.
He sat straight down, so he's had a contact of some sort there. No one's really gone near him to see whether he's okay. Kimmy Beverstock looks like she's on her way out there now just to check on things.
Well, there's 11 minutes 30 left on the clock. 40 points to nil as we look towards the highway. There is a lot of rain clouds out there.
We can wrap this up and get out of here.
Off the scrum. I'm sure Carl Gilmore got a hand to that, but the referee hasn't seen it, so it's play on. 10 metres out from touch. Young Schultze plays it back, and it's gone on to Carl Gilmore. Carl Gilmore, it's only a few metres made in that set. Aberdeen's defence needs to be off this line. He goes big Nelson Gardner. I love watching this bloke play when he winds up. He's 25 metres out from his own try line centre field. Brody Rinkin, dummy half, gives it. No, he's gone himself and he's made it 30.
Run into there.
10 metres gain on that run. It's Will Newenhouse, dummy half. He's got to get out wider, but look at this Aberdeen defence. They're up. They're in his face. They've caught on to the Will Newenhouse weapon secret of darting from dummy half. Bradley kicks it from within his 40. It has only hit the 30-metre line on Aberdeen's thing. Side of the field. Here goes Huey Bartholomew. I'm getting muddled up, boys. I'm about to go. Matty, take over.
No, I can't.
Okay, Dylan Porter off to Jason Hovey. Jason Hovey hits and spins. He's at the 40-metre line, nearly at the halfway line. He's still going, Jason Hovey. That was some great defence there by Aberdeen. Singleton. As they play it back, Ben Clark straight onto Lee Mitchell. Lee Mitchell brings it to the halfway line. Come on, it's Aberdeen. Some second phase, please. Give us some entertainment. Tyler the Prince Campbell goes straight in behind the ruck.
Great tackle by Ethan Edwards, straight around the legs.
And a great quick play the ball. Shane Hasselman picks up Cam Savage. Cam Savage is
Cody.
Well, it's been missed. It's been missed. 28 metres out, last tackle. He can't get to his feet to play. Jim Bradley's all over him.
Yep.
As he goes, Clark off to Hovey. It's the last tackle, Aberdeen. Again, and Hovey's dropped it. It's now on to Ethan Edwards. Ethan Edwards has made it up. He's nearly at the 40-metre line. Aberdeen heads it down. They're not even back
Hovey didn't drop it. He passed it forward.
Yeah.
Well, it must have been a gridiron pass.
Carl Gilmore, he's going to hit it up. Great to see Schultz with the ball in his hands out there. I think he's got some open spaces. Hasn't seen it very much today, mate.
Well, here we go. Dummy half Brady Rinkin. Oh, it's overrun by
Mick Rinkin.
So he just succumbs to the tackle on the halfway line.
That's happened to him all day today, hasn't it?
Dummy half.
Got the footy.
Can't see who that is, but he's passed it on to Nelson Gardner. Nelson Gardner's passed, tackled 45 metres out centre field. Brady Rinkin back in at dummy half. Picks up Cody Argent. He's also good. He went playing in the centres earlier this year on the wing, and he's moved into the forward.
He's been a forward all his life.
Yeah, he fought forward in his younger days, but
Jimmy Bradley on the last kicks it straight down the throat of Cameron French, and he sprints across field. Look at Cam French; his legs are going flat out, and he runs straight into Argent. Now 25 metres out from their own line, Aberdeen. They've got to ruck it out. Huey Bartholomew, dummy half, takes a quick scoot, bounces off Rinkin. Rinkin tries to offload, and he's done it again. Oh,
that's harsh.
Bit of a frustration there by Ben Clark, but now Singleton have the ball back 30 metres out.
Yep.
Here we go, Morgan Emmett. Oh, they're caught forward.
Well, that was definitely forward. That's right in front of me. But Aberdeen there, when they had just laid it back there, he was going to pass, then thought.
You got to face us, mate.
And lost it.
Yeah. You're a bit like a referee when you get that far away.
I think you went in line there, Pete. Look good from here.
Yeah. Oh, guys.
Yeah, one red eye, one white eye. That's okay.
How long have we got to go?
8 minutes
on the scoreboard.
40 blot on the Hasselman. He'll throw the ball in.
geez, if you've got to be happy with the result if they can keep him to 0.
I was going to say, Singleton, if they keep him to 0 and 8 to go, they'll have some credit to him.
Absolutely.
In an error field match. There goes Liam forward with another front rower hit up. He's nearly just halfway to line.
He's had a big game today, Reggie.
He's had a big season, mate.
But particularly today, he's taken that setup, that hit up, off that ruck.
So is this bloke here, Tyler Prince Campbell. What a find for Aberdeen. He's nearly the 40-metre line. Quick play the ball by Clark. Finds Huey Bartholomew. Look, Huey Bartholomew looks outside him. He got no one. There was daylight. No one running, backing him up. Everyone's worried about setting up the next play instead of supporting the person with the ball. Here goes Lee Mitchell. Lee Mitchell takes the line on. What was that?
Joy Bailey looks like he's going to come back
play
on.
6 to go. He must have grubbed that into the legs of a Singleton player and it's dived on by Shane Hasselman. Here goes Hovey. Hovey stops and then starts again. He's tackled on the 10-metre line. Don't try and offload it, mate. You're in too heavy of traffic. Ben Clark, dummy half, 9 metres out. Passes it on to Lee Mitchell. Lee Mitchell dummies, goes himself. And he's tackled. The defence from Singleton's been so strong on their try line. Now, there's only numbers out to the... Hang on, we've got another play down. They've only numbers out to the left, Aberdeen. Nothing here on the right except for Jesse McLean on the sideline and Hamish Wolfgang 10 metres in. So either it's going to be a sweeping
big play left, I'd say.
But there was a big play left, but they've gone straight to Jason Hovey. He's still going. He can't get a ball down. He's great effort though for him, trying to wrestle his way over. As he goes Clark from dummy half. No, he goes himself. He's going to get over the try line, but is he going to get it down? No, he's held up.
I feel good.
Knocked on.
Wow.
He's going to promote it.
It's a credit to Will Newinghouse there.
Yep, straight out for the tap.
Quick tap here and they're away.
So why can't he take it?
It's the referee's decision. As he passes it.
See, I don't get that. It's up to the referee to be in place. He was back in place 5 seconds before he decided to blow his whistle.
He should have been able to play on there, Schultz. Totally agree. Matty Edwards, get down here.
Yeah, Matty Edwards. Who's he?
We've got all the rules. We're not all.
Yeah. Anyway, here we go. Shane Hasselman's tackled Will Newinghouse. Will Newinghouse stands up, plays it back, and it's Morgan Emity, and he cops a bit from Ben Clark. Bit of a swinging arm in there, but here we go. Cody Argent, he's up over the 40-metre line. He's straightened it up nearly at the halfway line. He's tackled by Jason Hovey over the top. It's going to be discipline here. Aberdeen can't afford anyone to face the judiciary. Here goes Watson across field. Picks up Rinkin.
Finally gets a ball.
He's 40 metres out from the Aberdeen try line, 20 metres in from the eastern sideline. Here goes Brody Rinkin. Down that short side, off to Jordan Watson. He throws the dummy. That was on.
Was unmarked out wide again.
Yep.
That was on. I'd be having words with that centre if I was Bailey Schultz. As here we go from dummy half. Rinkin puts a grubber in. It's going to go down the sideline. It's going to go out. No, Bailey Schultz has kicked it in.
It's Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, was it?
No, we did Barnes back here.
Yeah, the touchy. His flag up too, I feel.
Touchy says no.
Dear. An update from Scone in reserve grade, 68-0.
Wow.
Over Marundi. Full-time score at Scone, 64-0 over Denman.
Wow.
And at the moment, here at Pirtek Park, we have 4 minutes remaining, and it's
big scores.
40-0.
Scores all weekend, yeah.
40-0.
Crazy.
Singleton Greyhounds leading the Aberdeen Tigers.
What about the one I seen earlier? Marundi girls beat Scone, 14-4.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, well.
As he goes, Jesse McLean off the base of the scrum, he makes it to 12, 15 metres out before he's taken down by... I haven't called. Jake Smith hasn't been back on this half, has he?
No, hopefully he's not injured.
As he's Shane Hasselman. He's 25 metres out from his own try line. Ben Clark
halves out there. I don't know why
off to Lee Mitchell. Lee Mitchell takes it forward. Aberdeen just really... without Marcus Marsh, they've got no punch. That's the sad fact right here, right now.
No one's really bent the line today, Reg.
Yeah, no, this bloke's trying his butt off.
No, he's trying, but hasn't actually
he's
bent.
He's lost that. Let Prince Campbell.
So what's his trying?
Oh, wow.
No. What's happened there? That was he goes. Wolfgang's tackled 10 metres out, 45 metres out from the try line for Singleton. Hasselman spins it along the ground to 4, and it's the last tackle, boys. What are we doing? They've been caught again.
Four
times, I think.
Four times that's happened. They've been caught on the last.
They're nearly at their own half of football. Singleton are 45 metres out from their own try line with to play the ball centre field. Kick it somewhere. Here goes Rinkin. Rinkin onto Nelson Gardner. He's already over the halfway line. He's at 42 metres out from the Aberdeen try line. Rinkin dummy half. Passes it out to Jimmy Bradley. He's lined up by Ben Clark. Ben Clark lets him run through. He's looking for support. Rinkin offloads to Argent. Argent taken down there by Cam Savage and Ben Clark. Rinkin dummy half. Off to Jimmy Bradley. Jimmy Bradley flat ball to Ethan Edwards, and he's been belted for his troubles. There we go. 22 metres out. 15 metres in from the western sideline. Here goes Rinkin. Rinkin on to Argent. Argent, that's a jog. That's a jog.
Yeah, no real urgency there. We're setting for the big play. I come left. Look here, left.
Skyner just get the engravery out if they're going to play like this. But here we go. Rinkin with the ball. He's tackled 20 metres out from the centre of the field. It's going to be the last tackle. Rinkin goes to the right. Puts up a high one.
Too deep.
Huey Bartholomew's there. He takes it cleanly and brings it out into the field of play. Here he is, 5 metres out. They've already called the double.
Oh, no.
There's 2 minutes 30 remaining on the clock.
He's just saying if it remains scoreless.
Yeah, Reggie, you weren't listening right, mate. He said if.
If it remains scoreless, 9 and 9 will be the double.
And I do know who has that ticket too, and it's not me.
It's definitely not me, Georgie.
Here we go. Betty Clark spends it out wide. It's Cam Savage. He's tried hard all day, but they just haven't had the punch through the line.
Paulie Daniels told me at half time he wants 9 and 9.
There you go.
He's shout tonight, eh?
Aberdeen with the ball now with Lee Mitchell. Lee Mitchell runs across field. He looks to offload, but he doesn't. He comes to the tackle of Nelson Gardner. 42 metres out from their own try line, Aberdeen. It's the last tackle. They're looking at Foran. They've passed it out to Foran. Here goes Foran. Now he tips it. It's a chip over the top. It's gone to Dylan Porter. Dylan Porter runs back infield, passes it off to Shane Hasselman. Shane Hasselman, what's he going to do? He finds a gap. He's in the clear. He's 30 metres out. He kicks it across field. There's no one chasing. It's going to be too big anyway. And it's a 7 set of tackles for AC.
Can you go and see if Jake Smith is actually injured or he hasn't been on time?
I'll see what I can find out.
Kick it, Jimmy! Kick it! No, Jimmy, just take your time, mate.
Jimmy Bradley taps it off the 20-metre optional restart. Big call from up here in the cloud. The Clowns to kick it.
Clowns?
30 metres out. Here we go. Happy Gilmore, is it?
Yeah,
With Jake Smith, it's a tight hamstring, but nothing too serious.
That's the injury he had early in the season.
Yeah. But again, would you take the halves that you got at the moment, mate? The boys are playing well.
Oh, no, but it was strange he went off early and hadn't been back. So
absolutely worried he's not going to hurt himself. Absolutely.
No, that's right.
Morgan Emery slows things down. There's 33 seconds remaining on the clock. Will Newenhouse brings it across field and just settles it 45 metres out centre field. 27 seconds remaining on the clock. This is going to be a Singleton victory, 40 points to 0. As he goes, Brody Rinkin off to Nelson Gardner. Nelson Gardner up to the 30-metre line. 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Fourth tackle, Brody Rinkin. He should just take a settler, but he finds Jordan Watson, who passes it under Mick Rinkin, and Rinkin's made it to the...
finally he's got the football
20
in his
metres,
hands.
15 metres.
He runs in a row.
Absolutely.
He's the last play of the day. He's playing the ball. It's the last tackle. Siren's just gone. Brady Rinkin. He does a chip over the top.
Schultz.
Bailey Schultz.
Oh, so close.
That was a volleyball shot by...
It's his first chance all day. He's had a crack. Bad luck, Bart.
Well, that's it here at Pirtek Park. 40-0. And we just discussed the other grounds. I tell you what, we just have to... I couldn't even pick a player.
Pete's got a... Pete, you got Higgs?
Yeah, we've got Higgs down here, mate. Best of games for you, just a couple of weeks out from the finals.
Yeah, not the performance you want to turn over this time of year, but credit to the Singleton boys, they come out and blew us away, and we certainly weren't good enough, so back to the drawing board, I guess.
Hoogs, you've got to be looking at 3 training sessions a week now, haven't you, going into the semi-finals after that performance?
Oh, it'd be nice. It's just physically impossible. We're lucky to get 4 blokes on a Tuesday and you know, blokes commitments. So, yeah, we get it together, mate. It is what it is, and you sort of play the cards that you're dealt.
Hey, Hughes, it's Schultzy, mate. Marcus Marsh, is he just injured, mate, or having a rest?
Yeah, he's got pulled up the crook shoulder, mate, after a couple of weeks, so he's just having a spell today.
Right, mate, because, you missed it go forward, haven't you, today?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Singleton dominated us in the middle, and we got found warning there with missing a couple of blokes, so makes it hard.
An error-riddled game, mate, from both sides.
Yeah, conditions weren't the best, were they? But still, we were very, very poor, and probably lucky to have more points put on us, to be honest.
Yeah, Higgs, I see when Millward came on, made a definite impact around the ruck, those little skips. He was making a big impact. Benny Clark not as effective in that space, mate.
Shawnee does a good job wherever you can put him. You can throw him on the wing or same thing in the front row. He give you the same thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, few balls off today.
Very damaging for you, I think, mate. It certainly added another dynamic for you around the middle of the ruck, mate. He looked very good.
It'd be nice if Shawnee wanted to play first grade all year. He's just you sort of get him when you get him, and that's it.
Yeah, him and Dave Manane, mate. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Hughes.
Back to the drawing board and to rewatch that match, mate.
Yeah, thanks, boys. Cheers.
As Pete will grab the man behind him right now, Jai Bailey, for a chat. See what Jai has to say of this game. Of course, he was very vocal out there. We heard him loud and clear screaming. Usually he doesn't do it as a coach on the sideline.
Look, I still want to ask you just one question, Jai, now that we've got you. Mate, you put one out on the full over there. Who was going to drag you off the field after an error like that?
Yeah, well, I came off and Jake's message said you would have hooked me for that. It didn't go well, that one.
Hey, Bales, it's Schultzy, mate. Was that your plan to play all year there now? I know we've got a couple of injuries, but I just think your direction now, you might be the quickest bloke, but your direction there and the talk while you're out there makes a hell of a difference.
I think you're a bit rough on the quickness. Scored 2 tries, mate.
Only because them big thighs you have.
Yeah.
Big thick thighs, mate.
Well, don't watch this game back, mate, because
Look, mate, in all seriousness, no, I wasn't planning to play. But obviously with Jake Hardy being suspended, TJ on the sideline, I knew within myself that I could play 9, so I decided just to have a go there today, and it worked out all right.
Mate, your errors today, I think, your completions today, I don't know what your stats are going to tell you today, whether Benny was doing today, but I'm going to say your completions wouldn't be any more than 50 or 60%. We can't take that game into the semis, and I'm sure you know that. I'm sure the instructions I heard you yell out there a little while ago about completions is probably something that you're going to tell the boys, yeah?
Yeah, look, and Aberdeen's completion was poor as well, and so was ours, and it was a terrible day for football. But in saying that, with the conditions, we also turned over some footy that we shouldn't have. So, yeah, we've got a little bit to work on, and that's probably the good thing for me coming out of that is we probably still only played at 50-60% and we got a good win. Don't get me wrong, Aberdeen weren't their best either, but yeah, we can still improve a lot on that performance for sure, and especially in completion.
Hey, what are the numbers like? We just spoke to Hughes about going to 3 days a week training, going into the semi-finals now to rule out that errors, but he said they're only getting 4 on a Tuesday, roughly. What are your numbers like at training? Is it something you'll take on?
I doubt we'd go to 3 because I struggle to get them there for 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, we might have to sort of look at changing days and stuff heading into the finals. If I can get more on a Friday, we might train Friday. But yeah, it's something that you just got to deal with shift work. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, well, I totally agree. But great depth there. Cody Argent played on the wing at the beginning of the season, but moving into the forwards, he was a bit flat today, but he does his job.
Yeah, he can play centres. I don't think he played on the wing, but he played centres for us. He can play back row, front row. But I think he might have found his home there in the front row in the middle. So, yeah, Cody's been good.
I've got one for you, mate. I haven't had a chance to ask you. Frank, mate, is it your plans and directions for him to be the ball player, or would you like to see him go forward first and then the offload?
Look, yeah, sometimes I think Frank maybe passes a little bit too much, but at the same time, I think he's probably got a good mix, to be honest. He goes forward well for us, and then, from the sideline, I'll admit, sometimes it looks like just tuck it under your wing and go, but when you're out there, he has those blokes in tatters on the other side. They don't know where he's going. Yeah. So, look, he definitely came here as a front rower to take us forward, but I'm also happy with what he's providing because we also didn't have a second phase player last year, so he's given us a bit of both.
It's been a great year for your side on and off the field. Like, you've seen the social media, and it's something that very notable is that you've got a lot of players making their 50 game appearances, 100 game appearances, and that you've got to be proud of that as a coach that they've stuck around in this competition.
Yeah, I am very proud of that, and especially TJ. I've coached him for a long time, and Will, I've coached the majority of his first grade here, probably near all 50 of them, and same with Mick Rinkin. I've been here for a lot of his, so to see him stick around and go through the whole journey, it's been great.
I've just got one last question for you. Next weekend, last round, you take on the Thoroughbreds.
Oh, yeah, do we? I haven't looked at the draw. I wasn't sure, mate.
Just looking at it right now, do we think TJ will be back?
Yeah, TJ will be back next week, so he can take my spot.
No, I want you out there, mate. Gives me someone to target.
Yeah, but no, he'll be back, mate. So,
right, that's good.
Well done, mate.
Thanks for your time to get to the sheds and speak to your boys.
All right, thanks. Cheers, mate.
Well, boys, I'm just going to I'll ask Pete first. I couldn't myself personally give a 3-2-1 in that match, so I'll go with you guys. And Pete, who do you think 3-2-1?
Oh, jeez, put me on the spot there. No one really stood out for either side. I don't think there were errors. we did see some really good defence from Singleton. Look, if I was going to give a 3-2-1, Jai had an all right game. Couple of tries for him. You'd probably have to give him a couple of points. Other than that, I really don't know.
I think Ethan Edwards for his go forward. I think he touched the football at least every set and maybe sometimes twice. Okay, he didn't bend the line, but he did the front rower's job, and I thought he played a fantastic game.
Yeah.
I thought James Bradley had a good game. He had a great kicking game.
Mick Rinkin too, I thought.
Mick Rinkin unlucky with the football.
Yep.
I thought if he got the football in his hands more, he would have been a bit more damaging. But certainly, I thought those guys stood out for me, mate.
Tyler, the Prince Campbell, you take him out of the Aberdeen side. Who's going forward?
Yeah, well, Liam Ford.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. The halfback.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is ordinary from an Aberdeen point of view. But Hughes just said himself there a minute ago. He's got a lot of work to do. Look, Singleton aren't going to romp the house down and go, look, we're premiership contenders on that. Joe himself said that it was an error-riddled game, and he's going to have to do a lot of work. But look, that's very encouraging for Singleton to get on top of the premiers at the time.
Look, a positive there for Singleton was their online defence. They scrambled exceptionally well all game, and a couple of times there they could have easily just gone, take the try, but they put in for each other on the line and held them scoreless.
Well, we will be back here next weekend for the Singleton Greyhounds versus Scone Thoroughbreds. That'll be a cracking match. Let's talk a bit about that. The last time we made a touch on it, the last time they played here, Scone really just put them to bed early on in the match.
Well, they didn't. I remember the last time I think Singleton played at Scone. Yep. That was the Saturday night blackout night,
yes,
which was a fairly even game, and then Singleton got pumped like you wouldn't believe. I think it was 70-something to something.
Yeah,
I think we lost score. Singleton got a turn to bat, I think, at half time.
You played the Benny Hill music a lot.
Well, it was it was sort of in the game, and then they weren't.
Yeah, they were there until that blackout. You're right, Matty, and hopefully next week they can bring that sort of form.
I still think, if you remember rightly here when Scone was here 2 weeks ago, the first half Singleton had a lot of ball, and we just didn't have any structure to get over the line. If we can somehow correct that and get a bit more go forward, I think it could be a closer game. But Scone's going to be hard to beat.
The two things Scone dominate is the ruck and the line speed.
Speed of the line.
Speed at the line, which is what I commented there earlier. Singleton speed off the line reminded me of the Scone speed off the line. That's their key.
Yes.
They are devastating at it. You've got no room to move. Your halves haven't got time. The only way you're going to do it is by losing ground, and I'm talking losing 15 metres to give yourself some space, because they are literally on top of you.
Well, some great scores throughout the group, and we'll keep you updated on Facebook throughout the week on anything we find out injury-wise. Pete Holland, thank you for your time. They can tune in and listen to you during the week. You'll be breaking down this game, no doubt, tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow I'll definitely be giving it a bit of a talk-up for sure.
Bradley Schultz, as usual, mate. I'll see you again next weekend. But
straight off the mountain, mate. That's commitment.
I'm going home for a shower.
Mate, no, we appreciate it. And look, the people at home, these guys do it all for the love of the game, and so do I. I just love hanging out with you boys.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Isn't that a sweet moment?
Warm and fuzzy.
I think that was a virtual hug. But anyway, Matty, Kenny, mate, once again, thank you. And last night for the attendance at Jacko's thing. I know Jacko was very impressed, and I think they raised, and it's still to be confirmed, but there was $9,000 just from auction and on the night.
Fantastic.
So there's a separate bank account which we will put up on our Facebook page that people can still make donations that were unable to make it. But you ended up with a beautiful jersey, I've got to say that.
Gillaroos.
I
tried to buy it in Taree a couple of weeks ago and get outbid, but I got it this week.